Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, a dramatic moment for Minnesota's Suni Lee on Dancing with the Stars. Her quick exit from the stage just ahead. Then, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Oprah has unveiled her favorite things.
This is such a great gift.
And he's one of our favorite people. Chef extraordinaire Yia Vang is back in our kitchen with another great recipe and a preview of his new restaurant. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Caledonia. Good morning, Oak Grove. Good morning, Bothell, Washington. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Dunkin' Donuts Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark.
That's me.
That's you. Time to make the donuts.
So my in-laws their condo in Chicago is across from a Dunkin' Donuts, and we have so much fun people watching what goes in and out of Dunkin' Donuts at like midnight.
Oh yeah, and may I ask you a generational question that just hit me?
Yes.
We know the term time to make the donuts. Does that resonate with you as a youngster?
Doesn't that mean like early, like you get up early?
Okay, yeah, because it
Right.
was a commercial campaign for Dunkin' Donuts in the late 70s and early 80s. And the Dunkin' Donuts guy gets up really early at the crack of dawn. He's like, time to make the donuts. So it's a kind of not an acronym, but it's kind of
An old saying.
An old saying
Yeah.
for, going back to the grind, got to go back to work. Anyway,
Okay.
How you doing?
I think I've only heard it a few times.
I just realized it's one of those phrases that folks my age say that you guys may not realize. Like, hang up the phone. Think about it. Kids now, you don't hang up the phone anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cell phone. You just hit end.
Yeah.
But people still say hang up the phone.
Right.
You don't really hang up phones anymore.
I never thought about it that way.
And then you look fantastic today. Hello.
Why, thank you very much.
Yeah. Are you having a good Tuesday?
Happy Tuesday
Happy
to me.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Thank you. I need it. Today is my last day of freedom.
Oh.
We have, so I have this, don't press the applause button on that one. So I do this broadcast, and then I also have a radio show, Jason and Alexis in the Morning. It's a morning drive show here in the Twin Cities on My Talk. It's a pop culture station, the only one in the country, pop culture talk station. Anyway, for 11 years, the bosses who hate us, they make us do this thing called Project Down and Dirty, which basically is a reality show on the radio where they make all of the weekday hosts, and there's like 12 of us, they put us in situations. Like one year we ran a restaurant. Another year we joined the military. Another year we did a musical in 4 days. We did a rock band. We did stand-up comedy. This year it's Project Down and Dirty Construction. We are going to a place called Extreme Sandbox in Hastings, Minnesota. We have video. We actually did a story there many years ago where there I am, where you learn how to use heavy equipment. There's Shane, who I have no problem admitting whooped my butt at this competition. But you get to play in a kind of a grown-up sandbox using these backhoes and excavators and all that stuff. So that is this year's Project Down and Dirty. So as of the end of this show, I'm gone. I mean, I'll be here. I got to keep driving back and forth, but I will be living in Hastings for the rest of the week. That's where Sandbox is.
I have good news for you.
What, I don't have to go?
No.
Just joking. No, what?
Is it the Legion or the VFW in Hastings? Is great. It's phenomenal.
You know I love a good VFW.
Yeah, it's right on the river.
Oh, really? Can you find out if it's a VFW or a Legion?
Yes, as I'm thinking this right now. It's fantastic.
Because friends, you're looking at a guy that was raised in a bingo hall. My mom used to play 44 cards, and she used to have me on a bassinet, and then she had a dauber in one hand and a cigarette in another. Like that. And then she would feed me every so often. That was the thing. But I love a good Legion. People think I'm fancy. I'm not fancy. Give me a Legion.
He loves a Legion. It's a Legion. It's right down by the river. Great food, great drinks.
One more note, other than the fact that I'm moving from my home tonight, for the rest of the week. I do want to say, all kidding aside, before we start the show, this is all for charity. So I'm going to be coming to you to asking you for some dollars. We are raising money for Crescent Cove, a wonderful organization here in the Twin Cities. And I don't want to bring the party down, but what they do is they help children with life-threatening illnesses, give them a respite, give them a great place where they can just be kids. So you'll be hearing more about that. Kendall's going to be visiting them in the days ahead. Right now, though, I have the spoon in my hand. Let's get started. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Steve. By the way, I'm debuting a brand new hot dish spoon today. It's a Ratatouille spoon from Disney Pixar's Ratatouille. A close call for one of the top celebrities on Dancing with the Stars last night. First, let's check out a few favorites from Queen Night, starring Minnesota gymnast Suni Lee. Let's start with that.
Buddy, I'm a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, you big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it.
Just seconds after that performance, which, by the way, executive producer Jeff has just requested that Kendall wear that outfit tomorrow. Anyway, seconds after that performance, Suni had to run off the set because she got sick. Oh, no. But here's the good news, though. She got 33 out of 40. Minnesota guy, pro Alan Burston, did his best Freddie Mercury with partner Amanda Klutz. Look at that.
Racing car, passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
Look at Alan. That's a great, let me look.
Great
That's a
costumes.
great, isn't that a good Freddie Mercury, Kendall?
I love it.
I love Alan. His brother Gene, good guy too, a frequent guest of our show. Hey, they also scored a 33 out of 40. Not bad, Alan. Love ya. One of the best scores of the night came from JoJo and her tango.
Give me your body. Give me your body.
Now, guess what? A little bit later in the show, Yia Vang and I are going to wear similar outfits and do that tango right after we cook. So that's coming up a little bit later.
With your faux pony.
Yia doesn't know it yet. We're going to tell him in the commercial break. He's a good dancer. Despite scoring a near perfect 39, JoJo shockingly ended up in the bottom two. Yeah. It came down to JoJo and pro wrestler The Miz. All four judges saved JoJo, and she survived to dance another week. Bye-bye, The Miz. Yeah, no big surprise. Come on.
No, I mean, the judges, she's fantastic. The
Yeah.
judges love her, so.
Are you ready, Kendall? Mm-hmm. We talk about Dancing with the Stars. We have to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, every week we have to ask the question. Say it with me. Ready?
Yep.
What was Tyra wearing? Let's look at Tyra's outfit of the night, taking focus away from the contestants. Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
Is that a Tron outfit?
I
Tron?
was thinking it was one of those space cowboy suits.
We're going to take a closer look. Here we go.
Okay.
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 If I only had a heart. Yeah, she's part of the Rhythm Nation, anyway. Next in the dish. The moment many Star Wars fans have been waiting decades for is almost here. Nerd alert. This is from my fellow nerds out there. We're finally getting a show dedicated to one of the most popular characters in the Star Wars universe, Boba Fett. Yesterday, the first trailer dropped for the upcoming Disney Plus series, The Book of Boba Fett.
I speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich.
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please, speak freely.
Yes. So the show, if you're not a nerd like yours truly, It's set in the time immediately after the second season of The Mandalorian. So if you only know the movies, it's post-Return of the Jedi. You know, Vader's dead, blah, blah, blah. It's the first of several planned spin-offs of the Emmy-nominated Mandalorian, and it's going to drop on Disney Plus December 29th. Ho, ho, ho to us all. This looks fantastic.
It does look good. I think that you don't even have to be a Star Wars fan to at least appreciate these shows.
I told you about that cute little senior citizen couple sitting next to me at Monte Carlo here in Minneapolis, and they're probably in their 70s, and they looked at each other. Let's hurry up and get home to watch The Mandalorian. And I thought, how cute is that? Grandma and Grandpa watching The Mandalorian.
Didn't they
And
like
Grandpa,
Yoda?
I'm not. Grandma was kicking back a Manhattan. She is a nerd and a Manhattan drinker.
I forgot to tell you, I was just there over the weekend, and they came back and they talked to me and said, thanks for coming in. Jason loves our chicken wings, so say hello to Jason.
Oh, yeah, if you're ever visiting Minneapolis, Monte Carlo, I mean, I know we have Yia here. Go visit Yia's restaurant, but Monte Carlo's one, if not, I think it's the oldest restaurant in Minneapolis, like the building and stuff. It's fantastic if you're ever visiting here. So there we go. Love you, Monty, and you do have really good chicken wings. We're going to take a break. So much more ahead. Go get some more Senka and an OJ, and we'll be back after this. The hot dish isn't done yet. Next. Hello. It's here. We have the track list for Adele's new album, and wait until you hear some of the song titles. Then, what's on the list this year? Lotions, potions, and English muffins? Oprah has unveiled her favorite things. And it's been a big year for our friend Chef Yia Vang. He's here to show you how to make tiger bite sauce, plus a preview of his latest project. That and more when The Jason Show continues.
Apparently, not everybody was in the ooky, spooky holiday spirit. Take billionaire and Squid Game season ticket holder Jeff Bezos. Last night in Washington, D.C., a group of trick-or-treaters decided to hit up Bezos' mansion, only to be told by a man on an intercom that they were not participating in Halloween. Wow. Wow. Not participating in Halloween? Then why did he spend all year costumed as Panic Pete the Squeeze Toy?
Our little late night rewind, Colbert poking fun at bajillionaires on late night. People are excited that I'm moving to Hastings for the rest of the week. Carol writes in, head to Emily's Bakery. Have you ever been there?
No.
No. I love giving a shout out to small businesses. Homemade soup, sandwiches, awesome bakery. Well, Emily, get ready. I'm coming down. My new home for the week. More late night for you this morning. It's become a Halloween tradition on Kimmel, asking parents to prank their kids by telling them that they ate all the candy. I know some of you don't like this. Some of you think this is too mean. I don't have kids, so This year, Jimmy decided to skip it, saying kids have been through enough, and they have the past year and a half, but parents decided to do it anyway and sent the videos to Jimmy. Look at this.
We decided to show just a couple of them, okay? This is just a tiny sample of the unauthorized and unwanted Halloween YouTube challenge for 2021.
I got hungry in the middle of the night, and I went downstairs, and I ate all of your Halloween candy.
I thought you were on a diet.
Guys, you know how we got candy last night? I woke up and I ate all of it. I'm sorry. I ate all your candy.
Come on,
You know who told me to do it? Jimmy Kimmel.
Is he a bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is, little boy. Yes, he is. Wow. That little boy pulled out a little cuss word there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What would you have done if your mom was like, I ate all of your candy?
Oh, well, here's the deal. I know people like, they tricked me all the time. Like one time my dad hid my Underdog doll. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I'm sorry, Underdog action figure. But, you prank the kids. They're fine. They're malleable. They'll get over it. I just, but, I mean, the kid calling his mom a name, ooh, I would have been grounded.
Forever.
Oh, I would have been grounded for years. Kimmel said he received around 200 videos this year. And again, he didn't even ask for them. That's how great that is. Next up, it's the Instagram post that a lot of folks are talking about this week. Come back to the TV. This isn't funny. This is just, you got to see this. Jessica Simpson is marking her 4th year of sobriety by sharing a picture that she says was her rock bottom. This is the picture from November 2017, featuring, as folks have described, an almost unrecognizable picture of Jessica Simpson. She says she knew at this moment that she had to make a change in her life. Jessica says while drinking was an issue, the real issue was herself. She didn't love herself or respect her own power. And she says now, luckily, today she does. I was going through my social media feeds yesterday at various points, and I kept seeing that photo. And Kendall, I didn't even know it was Jessica. So I kept going past it. And then when that happens, everybody, and you keep seeing the same photo, and you're like, why is this? And then I finally read the caption. I had an audible, what? And then I read the story, and it broke my heart, because it may not be alcohol for you, but I think we can all relate to feeling a bottom. You know what I mean? It's just, it's awful, awful, awful.
Right, and then sometimes it's happening, and then something as simple as someone else taking a photo. So, and you can sense it in yourself. It doesn't have to be weight or puffiness or whatever she had mentioned in that comment. Yeah. But I think that seeing it from that outside lens sometimes is such a slap wake-up call.
Absolutely. I know, you and I have, and we've shared this with you guys. I think for me, my struggle has and always will be weight. My bottoms for me, my rock bottoms as far as in that struggle is always, and quite honestly, I say this, it's is always my suits. Hips don't lie, Shakira, and suits don't lie. And there are suits that there was a point, in the pandemic where some of my suits just didn't fit. So I couldn't wear them. And it was difficult every single day to get ready for the show, because it's like, okay, I can only wear that suit and that suit. And that's not fun, so that was my, because I have to watch myself every day. So, and sorry that you do too, but I'm just saying, so that's what I mean by that might not be your rock bottom, but an outfit that you used to fit into, oof. Right. That's hard.
Jeans, it's always jeans.
It's jeans too,
oh, God. I'm always like, oh, those fit last year.
And now, thanks COVID. Yeah. Next, are you ready? Attention Adele fans, only a few weeks to go until her full album drops. And this morning, we're getting our first look at the names of the songs. Now, usually this isn't news, but anything Adele does is news. This comes after she released Easy on Me in mid-October. Still loving that. That song shot to the top of the charts. More than 133 million people, by the way, have watched this video on YouTube. That's just Nutter Butters. Her album 30 will have 12 tracks with 3 extra songs on the deluxe version. Sold at Target, girl. Songs include, are you ready? Cry Your Heart Out, Women Like Me, Love Is a Game, and our favorite, I Drink Wine.
Woo!
If I had an album, it would say, I pull tabs. There's a duet version of Easy on Me, by the way, with Chris Stapleton. That's going to be good. Like I said, it comes out, the whole album, guys, comes out November 19th, my dear friends. I can't wait for this. I Drink Wine. Can we hear that now?
Some of the titles reminded me of some really popular, like late 80s, early 90s tracks, like some Bonnie Raitt titles, kind of.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, there were just the little, like Woman Like Me, things like that. They just kind of reminded me of some of those old songs. Maybe that's just me, but just the title.
I drink vodka sodas.
And I drink wine.
And then pose for Instagram photos.
And then
posing like this. Did I get it right? Do it for everybody. Do your I just visited a winery picture. Okay? Now do Tuesday at 7. Now do Saturday at 2. That's following a Friday at midnight. Next up, touche, my dear friend, touche. Next up, get ready. I have to say it in a certain way. You ready? It's time for Oprah's favorite things. And this year marks a milestone. Let's hear from Miss O.
It's been 25 years since Oprah's Favorite Things began. Can y'all believe that? It all started as a way for me to share joy and gratitude to the people who matter most, including yourself.
Thanks, O. Love you. Been there from the beginning. Ride or die. Ride or die, Oprah. The Big O made the announcement yesterday. This year, Oprah picked 110 different favorite things. And sometimes she does this. You know, she puts a little theme around it. This year, she is celebrating small businesses and minority-owned businesses and the like. Well, I've already done some shopping this morning. Of course, the list includes her usual pajamas, robes. She always has some sort of popcorn. There's, you know they do. You know there's always popcorn. The best is still Garrett's. Having lived in the Chicago area, growing up on Garrett's popcorn, it's still the best. I love Candyland here, but I do love Garrett's. Okay, let's look at some other picks. Starting on the lower end, this is a $30 tie-dyed stocking cap with a built-in headlight, so everyone knows you're coming. Okay. All I want to see is Oprah and Gail wearing these, like
Camping.
Trying to find each other in a maze. I just want to see that.
Have you ever owned a headlamp?
Kendall, do I look like I ever owned a headlamp?
Okay, Jason, they are
Have
highly
you met
convenient.
me? Give me a scenario when a headlight, what did you just call them?
A headlamp.
A headlamp. Give me a scenario in my life where I would need a headlamp.
Done. You're walking the dogs. All of a sudden, you put down your stuff because you have to pick up the poo. And then you don't know where it went. So you have your headlamp and you're like, oh, there's the poo and there's my vodka soda. Great. While all holding the dogs with two hands.
You know the easier thing to do?
What?
Is leave it and pick it up the next morning when there's daylight. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have neighbors that do that, and that's gross. No. It's bad neighbors. Okay, that's a good scenario. Or, hey, how about a silk sleep mask and set of hair scrunchies? This will set you back $65. How about you just go to Claire's and get some scrunchies?
No, again, these are good for your hair, though. They don't leave the kink.
You've used these?
Yeah.
And was that a mask or a bra? Was that a... That was a mask? That looked like a bra.
That would be a silk mask, not a bra.
Okay. Just ask it. I don't know what they look like. Oprah has plenty of kitchen gadgets this year, including a $300 Philips pasta and noodle maker. Now this we are loving. All you have to do is add flour, water, and eggs, and it makes the pasta for you. As someone that unfortunately tried to make homemade pasta before a dinner party, and it was a disaster, I'm getting that.
Yeah. You did it right before the party? Bad idea.
Horrible idea. Yeah. And I didn't even really like the people that were coming. Check out, I'm just joking. Should have saved it for better friends. Check out this smart oven for the countertop. Now Gail loved this. It's Wi-Fi enabled, so you can bake things using an app on your phone. And get this, you can even scan frozen foods on the oven, and it will bake them according to the directions. Gail loves this, like I said. All of the items are available through Amazon. And the irony is not lost on us that she wants to spotlight small businesses, but you can only get it through Amazon. But Amazon does support small businesses, I'm just saying. But you get it, what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I get it. Mm-hmm.
So there's Oprah's favorite things. We'll be right back in a moment. Welcome back, my friends. Well, I can't believe I'm going to say this. This is just odd, but it's true. It's been nearly 2 years since our first guest last joined us in our studio. But he's been very, very busy, moving his award-winning restaurant to a new location, working on his next restaurant, and becoming a U.S. citizen. Please welcome back to the show our good friend, Chef Yia Vang from Union Mung Kitchen and the soon-to-open Vinay. Hello, my friend. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
I saw your post. Let's begin with this. We'll obviously talk about the restaurant, but I want to talk about life in general. What What does it mean to you and your family, quite simply, because your post was so moving, to become a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, I think we live in a country now where everything's really torn.
Yeah.
You know, there's two dynamics to it. There's two sides. And this process, actually, it's almost a 2-year process. So it's not like you can just go and fill out an application. It's, you know, it's this long 2-year process. And so one of the things that I really enjoyed was being able to go through that process and letting it sink in what it means to be a citizen and what it means to be able to be a citizen of a country.
Look at that photo, Yia. Look at that.
So much dream and ambition in those eyes.
Absolutely. Well, can we celebrate your father for a second? Talking about, I mean, your father is just, well, you tell the folks, he assisted U.S. soldiers, right, in what's known as kind of a secret war.
Yeah, so it's known as the secret war, and what Dad did, and it just wasn't just him, it was thousands and thousands of young men that were a part of this, and they were called the SGU, the Secret Guerrilla, the Special Guerrilla Unit. And what they did was their job was to rescue downed pilots, U.S. pilots, and they fought with the Americans, and the CIA and the American government came in and trained them. And so they're in the hills of Laos fighting this secret war that nobody really knew about.
Are these photos from your dad?
Yeah, so my dad is the one holding the M14, and the older gentleman in the back there, he's a general in the Lao army. So this was a very prominent picture. My dad actually even just last year told me the story of who that gentleman was, and that was one of the gentlemen he went back to rescue to make sure that they were able to cross. So, yeah, so it's incredible. Like your whole life, you live. You know, he's my dad, and he's like a dorky dad, right?
Yeah.
You know, he just like cuts the grass, and he's just kind of like goofy, dorky dad. But then when I started realizing his story, and he started explaining more of like, oh yeah, these are the things that happened. These are what we did. It changes perspective.
I was going to say, isn't it funny? We think of our parents, and I think everyone can relate. You think of your parents as just mom and dad, and you forget, especially as kids, they had a whole life. They have a whole life. They're a whole person, a whole human, other than just, I shouldn't say the word just, but in addition to being a parent, your dad was a hero, for heaven's sake.
Absolutely.
It's just amazing.
Absolutely, he's a warrior.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that one of the most satisfying things I get to see is the look in his eyes where he's retired now. He's worked in America. You know, when he came here, he worked here for 35, 36 years, and now he's just like, you know, he's retired. He has his grandkids. He plays with them. He works on the garden. You know. And it's this old warrior who doesn't have any more battles to fight, and he can just rest.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love seeing that in his eyes.
Just at peace. Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
And you know, one of the things I've been so grateful for you, just as a friend, and then through this show and what you've taught folks, is you brought the Hmong culture to us. And one of the things that I didn't even realize in my own ignorance is the fact that the Hmong folks, you share culture through food because there's no country per se. Am I right on that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the things that my parents were able to bring to this country, we didn't have bars of gold to bring over. We didn't have property or land that we could bring over. It was literally the recipes that they carried with them in their hearts. And so being able to share that, like for example, at our Union Hmong Kitchen, we do a sausage, a Hmong sausage. It's the exact same recipe that my dad taught me. And that's his.
Yeah.
You know, the hot sauce, the galabao, or the steamed buns that we do, like that's my mom. She makes them. Like those are hers.
Yeah.
That's what she had. Like that's all she. I don't want to say that's all she had, but
no.
That's
But
what
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
You know.
Yeah.
And she gets to pass that to us, and we get to, because she doesn't have some kind of IP somewhere that she owns. No.
Yeah. That's her though. That's I love it. Let's talk. You mentioned it, and I mentioned too. You are now in the Gray's Food Hall. Proud, I will say I'm very happy. It's right down the road from me in the North Loop.
Yeah.
Tell the folks about the new restaurant.
So we're in Gray's Food Hall now, and this weekend was our grand opening, and it's so fun there. You know, people always ask us like, what's the difference between the food of Union Hmong Kitchen and the food of Vinai? I would say Union Hmong Kitchen is kind of Hmong food through our lens. You know, through the kids who grew up here. You know, I'm 37, and I grew up here, and a lot of people would ask me, "Oh, are you Hmong or are you American?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm both."
Yeah.
You know. And then so we get to make Hmong food the way that we grew up here and through our lens, and so we're really excited about that. And one of our our big hit is our Hmong sausage breakfast sandwich. So it's an all-day breakfast sandwich.
Is that the first one that we looked at?
Yeah.
That looks real good.
Yeah. So again, it's a Hmong sausage recipe that Dad taught us, and then on it started out all good food that our menu starts out with the cooks in the back going, we're hungry, what can we make? And that's how it started out with that in a trailer. That's what we did, and now, that's what we have.
And some of the pictures too. Vinay's, when is Vinay opening?
We're still working on that.
Yeah.
It's still question mark with everything in the last year with COVID and stuff, so it's kind of.
It's coming soon.
Yes, we're really excited.
I can't. I'm very, very, very excited. This is from Vinay, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
And so all those dishes are what we say is a reflection of mom and dad's table, and it's the things that they've been able to show us and pass down to us that we can, that we can share with them. And a lot of the food we're doing with V9 and everything is I tell people that V9 is a love letter to my mom and dad, and this is their legacy. And we get to put that in food and share it. And it's not just about the food; it's about coming in, being taken care of.
Yeah.
To be honest, I remember the first white person that I really hung out with and met was my dad's coworker, and he invited him to come over to eat, and my dad taught him how to make fried rice. And like that table was for everyone.
Yeah.
Regardless of your background, sexual orientation, gender, whatever, and that table is for everyone.
That's why it's easy for people to discount, oh, it's a restaurant, but it's more than that. And food is an invitation to the soul, and I love it. Yia's sticking around. When we come back, he's going to share a recipe for a sauce that you will want to make. Right now, though, to learn more about his restaurants, head to unionkitchenmn.com. Follow him on social, too. We're going to the kitchen when we come back. Back right after this, friends.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say.
Welcome back, everybody. In the kitchen with our buddy, the great Chef Yia Vang from Union Hmong Kitchen, and many more things. I asked him right before we did the segment, are you tired? Because he's so busy. Anyway, I'm excited for this. We are making tiger bite sauce.
Yeah.
So whose recipe is this from your family?
So it's mom's. So if you go to any Hmong household, there's going to be some kind of sauce like this. Like if you go to like a Italian household, like grandma's got their own red sauce. Yep. Everyone swears by grandma, right? Yep. Like grandma, mom. So tiger bite. The word tiger bite is actually a curse word. It's a really bad curse word if you translate it into Hmong.
Great. Executive producer Jeff's thrilled to hear that now.
But here's the deal. If you say it in English, it's just tiger. It translates to tiger bite. So as kids growing up, no joke, as kids growing up, and especially with boys, when they find out that another classmate can speak another language, what's the first thing they ask you? Oh, teach us a curse word.
Teach us a curse word
in your language.
You're right. It is.
And we would always say, well, it translates to tiger bite, and then they would be like, that makes no sense. And I'm like, I don't know. So we and when it comes to food, 90% of it is marketing, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, well, it's in Hmong it's called quotsal, which literally means hot sauce or peppers. And I'm like, well, we need a better name, so we called it tiger bite. And
I love it. When I was reading the little promo thing. Yeah. It has a great name.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's very simple. So we have a pestle mortar here, mortar and pestle mortar. Yeah. So and then we're gonna do. We got some garlic here, and we have some Thai chilies. That's where we start with. We have a little bit of salt. Okay. So I always tell people that you can always tell how angry the person is when you eat the tiger bite sauce, because if you're angry, you're like, I don't care. Things are going in.
Yeah.
And then we get some shallots in here, and then you just kind of, it's like mash it down. You just kind of work it down. So.
Not that many peppers, I'm noticing.
Well, yeah. We're fake
getting
TV
there.
cooking here a little bit. So once you do that, once you get that down, one thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take some cilantro. Okay. So just a bunch of cilantro. You want to throw it in there, and then you want to just mash that down. Okay. And then now it's like making salsa, right? It's texture-wise. Do you want it thick? Do you want it smooth? And that's up to you. So you're gonna take some time doing that. And then
I like texture.
Yeah.
I like texture.
Yeah. So, and then another thing too is these pestle mortar, they're super inexpensive. Go to any Asian market. I think this one's like $10, not even.
Oh, that's
yeah. And they make great centerpieces and stuff like that. But we practically use them. And then in some Southeast Asian culture, this is actually gifted to newlyweds as a gift for fertility and and strength, and so this is the gift they get.
If it works.
Yeah. So you have that, and then we kind of get that down, and then we add a little fish sauce in there.
Okay.
Now,
while you're doing this, there is a misconception about Hmong cuisine that it is spicy. That's not true.
Absolutely. No. Because with Hmong food, I always say there are 4 elements. You have your protein, you have your rice, you have your vegetable, and then the most important thing is you have your hot sauce. Now, the hot sauce is a condiment. Now, so here in Minnesota, what I've noticed is when people eat our food, they take the sauce and they just plow it on top. And I remember one time my mom asked, goes, why are they doing that? And I'm like, and I said, Mom, like, they like sauce. And she's just like, but they're ruining everything. And I'm like, I know, Mom, like, just let them have it. Like, she literally said, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
So we always tell people that the sauce is a compliment, you know? Like, you never go to listen to your favorite musician and go, man, that bass drum was incredible. Yeah, I love that bass drum, you know? So you get all this done, you get fancy schmancy, and then you get the Tiger Bite hot sauce. So it almost looks like a chimichurri. And so alongside to kind of give you a little taste of it, we have here is our purple sticky rice. Now,
that is beautiful,
so
Yia.
we're trying a new black rice that you mix with the white sweet rice.
Okay.
And it's this black rice that's harvested from Thailand from Hmong farmers. And so we're trying this new one, and they're great. I met them a few weeks ago, and they were incredible. And so what you can do with sticky rice, what I tell people is you can use a spoon if you want.
Yeah.
But I usually just use my hand. You roll it, a little bit. You move it around in your hand, and then you just take it, dip it in.
And eat it?
There you go.
Like that?
Okay,
Kendall, come here quick. Come here quick.
Very simple,
Can Kendall have one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Quick.
Kendall, quickly, we gotta go. Roll one up, because I can't eat, because I gotta read. You gotta represent. Dip it in there, girl. Okay.
Thanks, Chef.
Is that good?
Mommy likey. And I'm Minnesota spicy.
Yeah, you are. That's why I wanted you to do that.
Really
so
good.
if you can handle it. Yeah. Give it up, everybody, for Chef Yia Vang. We'll be posting this segment a little bit later on Facebook and our YouTube pages. Just search for Jason Show TV. And again, to learn all about his restaurants, what he's doing, well, first of all, follow him on social, and then also head to unionkitchenmn.com. If you're watching us from other parts of the country, when you come visit us, visit Yia. We're going to take a break. Back after this. Okay, now I can try it. Okay, I'm doing it.
Oh, my God.
Welcome back. One of my favorite Mariah Carey songs in one of my favorite videos. Every time I ride a roller coaster, I want to do that right there. I'm not joking. On this day in 1995, Mariah had another #1 hit with Fantasy. Seriously, I want to cry. Every time I'm on a coaster, I want to get a crop top, and I just sway my hands in the air.
The only time I'm with you, you just yell Oprah.
Well, I do that and other cuss words. Welcome back. November 2nd, 1995 was also a big day in TV history. It was a Thursday, and the first time we all became familiar with the phrase soup Nazi. Look.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! What? No soup for you.
That iconic episode of Seinfeld aired that night on NBC, must-see TV. Now listen to this. On that same night, NBC aired an episode of Friends that many friends will remember. Look.
Go. Red. Beautiful.
Oh.
You're pushing your luck, little
We're
man.
having a little technical difficulty. Anyway, that was the night that Chrissy Hine from The Pretenders learned Smelly Cat from Phoebe. Smelly cat, where have they been feeding you?
Same night.
Yeah, same night. Wow. I mean, that was why they called it must-see TV. Must-see TV, yeah. Before we go any further, can we just acknowledge, and again, we tell you the truth, that sauce from Yia.
Yeah.
We've been doing this show for 7 years, been doing TV. That was one of the best sauces I've ever eaten here on the show. That was fantastic.
So good. It was so fresh. And then the spice is more of like a sweet spice at the end.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Y'all go get that, seriously. Tiger Bite. Love that guy. Time to respond to what you're saying about the show. Open it up, Steve. It's time for the Jason Show mailbag. Here we go.
You've got mail.
So first up, many of you responded to our Halloween show on Friday. If you missed it, we dressed up as the cast of Gilligan's Island. Here we are with a very memorable, with a very memorable producer Ted as Marianne. I mean, the stuff of nightmares, really. Yeah, I got so many emails about that over the weekend. Nancy says, great costumes. I laughed so hard at producer Ted's costume that the workmen in my house stopped to watch it too. I'm sure they were thrilled. And Jalen says, hey, Jason, producer Ted, I think it's Ted, should be dressed as Screech in real life. Now, let's look at a side-by-side of Ted and the late Dustin Diamond. Yeah. I mean, Kendall?
I can see where they see it, not in real life.
People have said it before. No, Ted doesn't look like that in real life.
No, I don't think they look at all like
in real life. No, no. One of our new viewers in Washington has this question. Hi, Kim. Just wondering where I can find Jason Show merch. I would love a mug for my home office. I looked online and nothing pops. Love the show. Well, Kim, we love you. How many, I feel bad, rinse and repeat. I've said this hundreds of times and I feel bad, but we have begged the company to start selling merch and they just, there's no infrastructure for it. If I'm pulling back the curtain, I've even begged our new president, Kim Jong-un, our dear leader, to usher in a new era where we can sell the mugs. But Kim Jong-un, dear leader, has denied our request. As of now, I'm still working on it.
We'll keep pushing the button.
And if we get to another year of this, I'm going to start selling bootleg copies.
In the backyard.
And then Kim Jong-un will fire me in my trunk. Just meet me at the corner of Franklin. No, I'm just joking. You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for Jason Show TV and our personal accounts as well, Jason Matheson and Kendall Mark. DM me and I'll tell you where the location is to get those bootleg mugs. We'll be right back with a surprise goodbye and more. I'm doing it in a year if they don't figure it out. Welcome back. Still tasting that sauce.
I am too.
Are you too?
Right there.
I know. It's so good. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the world's shortest segment. McDonald's is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the McRib. It just returned to stores yesterday, and in honor of the anniversary, the sauces sandwich. McDonald's is giving away McRib NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, whatever those are. I still do not understand what they are. Instead of selling the digital representation of the McRib, McDonald's is giving them away on Twitter. Basically, an NFT is a certificate of authenticity. I don't understand anything that I just read.
Why did they just say fungible?
I don't know. We'll be backable right after this. Surprise goodbye. Welcome back. Are you ready, Kendall?
Yes.
Are you ready, viewers? It is time for the legendary surprise goodbye. Kendall and I are in the dark about what the producers have put in the segment until right now. Today it's a game, Kendall.
Oh.
The Jason Show research team is putting us to the test with a series of would you rather questions, all related to food. Ready? First question. Would you rather have to cook every meal you eat at home or go out to eat for every single meal? Oh, go out to eat every single meal.
Duh.
Yeah, please.
We go
Even though it'd be
Chef
healthier
Yia
the
Vang's
other way,
house.
but I can
Yeah.
find healthier places.
We'll just go there.
I'd go to Yia's, yeah. Next, would you rather eat all your food cold or all your food hot? Oh, that's interesting.
Hot for sure.
Hot.
Yes.
Because I don't want like cold cod.
No.
Finally, the last food related would you rather. Would you rather have to eat dessert at every meal or never eat dessert again? Well, what do you laugh at? What?
Because it's you and me. Of course we want to eat
Of
dessert.
course,
but
you know what?
shouldn't.
I'm not a big sweets kind of guy. Like,
Really?
yeah, I'm not. Colin has to eat chocolate at every meal. He has to have a little,
Just a little something, something.
little dab of chocolate. Yeah, even breakfast.
Is wine dessert?
No, Pinot Grigio. Good Lord, Ramona. I'm gonna start calling you Turtle Time. Tomorrow on the show, Thrifty Traveler returns to talk holiday flights, airline cancellations, and he's sharing the latest deals for winter travel. Plus a stunt dog you have to see to believe. Never thought I would read that. We'll be back tomorrow. Go out there and be yourself. No one can tell you you're doing it wrong. Come on, Kendall. Let's go.